Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our English learning series. Today, our two hosts, Emma and Daniel, are here to guide beginners through a very useful topic, talking about your daily routine.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here again. Today's lesson is going to be very practical and easy to follow.
Hi, Emma, and hello to all our wonderful learners. If you want to describe your day in simple English, this episode is perfect for you.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like this lesson, and share it with friends who are also learning English.
And of course, feel free to comment below and tell us how your day looks. We always enjoy reading your messages.
Let's start with the morning. My day begins around a.m. when my alarm rings. I wake up slowly and stretch a little before getting out of bed.
I'm usually up earlier than that. I wake up around 6:30 a.m. Once I'm awake, I get out of bed and head straight to the bathroom.
Same here. After I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face. Those two actions are important verbs for beginners to learn.
I do exactly the same. Brushing teeth, washing your face. These are very simple but very common English phrases.
Once I've finished freshening up, I go to the kitchen. I like having a light breakfast, usually toast, coffee, and sometimes some fruit like an apple or a banana.
My breakfast is a bit different. I normally prepare tea and eat a bowl of cereal. Something quick but energizing.
After breakfast, I choose my clothes for the day and get dressed.
I do the same, and depending on my schedule, I put on my shoes and grab my coat or backpack.
When I'm fully ready, I leave my home and go to my office.
My routine changes a bit. Sometimes I stay home and work from my desk. Other days, I travel to my workplace.
So far, you've learned useful verbs like wake up, get out of bed, brush teeth, wash face, make breakfast, get dressed, put on shoes, and leave the house. Now that Emma and Daniel have finished talking about their morning routines, let's move into the next phase of the day, the busy hours between morning and afternoon.
Once I reach my office, the first thing I do is sit at my desk and turn on my computer. I usually check my emails to see what tasks I need to complete for the day.
That sounds familiar. When I work from home, I start by organizing my desk and opening my laptop. I like reviewing my schedule so I know what needs the most attention.
Email checking takes a bit of time for me because I receive many messages from coworkers. After that, I begin writing reports or preparing documents for meetings.
For me, mornings are usually my most productive time. I write articles, prepare lesson materials, or sometimes research topics that I'll teach later.
Around mid-morning, I often have a meeting with my team. We talk about projects, deadlines, and what each person is responsible for.
I have meetings too, but most of mine are online. I usually join through video calls. Online meetings are convenient, especially when working from home.
Yes, meetings are such a common part of work life. Beginners should know phrases like have a meeting, join a call, and discuss work tasks.
By the time lunch arrives, I'm ready for a break. I usually make a sandwich or prepare a simple salad, something quick and healthy.
My lunch varies. Sometimes I bring food from home, and other days I go out to eat with coworkers. It's a nice way to relax and catch up with people.
Whether you eat at home or outside, the phrase "have lunch" is something learners will use almost every day.
After lunch, I return to my desk and continue my tasks. This part of the day is usually quieter, so I can focus on finishing my reports.
Same here. Afternoons are when I edit my writing, reply to messages, or prepare lessons for my students. I like using this time to wrap things up smoothly.
So during the day, we do a lot of working actions like sit at my desk, write emails, prepare documents, attend meetings, and have lunch.
Exactly. These verbs help you talk naturally about your daily routine, especially if you have a job or study regularly.
Great! You've now learned the essential vocabulary for describing the middle of your day, from starting work to lunchtime and beyond. We followed Emma and Daniel through the busy hours of their workday. Now it's time to see what happens when the afternoon ends and the evening begins. The moment everyone looks forward to.
When the clock gets close to the end of my workday, I try to finish whatever tasks I'm working on. I review my reports, send the last emails, and tidy up my desk so it's clean for tomorrow.
I do something similar. If I'm working from home, I always make sure to close all my tabs and shut down my laptop. I like ending the day with a clear mind and an organized workspace.
That's a good habit. Once I'm done with everything, I pack my bag, put on my coat, and leave the office.
Since I don't have to commute every day, my leaving work is simpler. I just push my chair back, stretch a little, and step away from my desk.
My journey home depends on the day. Sometimes I walk, sometimes I take the bus. I usually enjoy listening to something soft, maybe a podcast or calm music.
That sounds relaxing. In my case, if I'm working on site, I take public transport home. But if I worked from home, then my trip home is just moving from my desk to the living room.
That's the advantage of remote work.
When I reach home, the first thing I like to do is take a few minutes to rest. I'll sit on the sofa and breathe for a moment before starting anything else.
I'm the same. I usually put my bag down, take off my shoes, and sit on the sofa for a few minutes. Sometimes I scroll on my phone or check messages.
After a long day, relaxing even for 5 minutes helps reset your mind.
Once I feel rested, I move to simple tasks like washing my hands, changing into comfortable clothes, and planning what to cook for dinner.
For me, early evening is when I check in with family or friends. I might send a message or make a short call before preparing dinner.
These early evening actions are great for English learners. Relax on the sofa, change clothes, check messages, sit down, take a break, and unwind.
Yes, and they describe a natural transition from work time to personal time.
You now understand how to talk about ending your workday and easing into the relaxing part of the evening. The early evening is done. Now Emma and Daniel move into the most relaxing and cozy part of the day, cooking dinner, unwinding, and enjoying their personal time.
After I change into comfortable clothes, I usually go to the kitchen to start preparing dinner. I enjoy cooking, so I often make something simple but tasty, maybe pasta, rice with vegetables, or sometimes soup.
I'm a bit different. I prefer quick meals, especially on busy days. I might cook noodles, warm up leftovers, or make a sandwich if I'm really tired.
Do you ever try new recipes?
Sometimes, yes. If I'm in the mood, I experiment with something new. But most evenings, I pick something easy so I can relax sooner.
Once I finish eating, I clean the kitchen, I wash the dishes, wipe the counters, and put everything back in its place. I like waking up to a clean kitchen the next day.
I also clean up after dinner. If I didn't make much mess, I wash the dishes by hand. If there are many plates, I load them into the dishwasher.
Cleaning up after dinner is a good routine to learn. Wash dishes, wipe the table, clean the counter, and tidy the kitchen. These are all useful everyday verbs.
After everything is clean, I finally sit down and relax. Sometimes I watch a show or a short video. Other times, I listen to soft music while lying on the sofa.
I love reading during this time. I usually pick up a book or scroll through a few articles online. Reading helps me unwind after a long day.
Do you ever go for a walk in the evening?
Yes, especially if the weather is nice. A short walk helps clear my mind. How about you?
I go for evening walks too, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. It's a great way to refresh your body after sitting all day.
Sometimes after relaxing, I call a family member to check in. A quick conversation always brightens my evening.
I do that as well. I might chat with a friend or send messages to stay connected. Evening feels like the perfect time for that.
So in the evening, Emma and Daniel cook, clean, relax, read, take walks, connect with loved ones, and enjoy their peaceful hours before bed. We've reached the final part of the day. Emma and Daniel have finished dinner, relaxed, and enjoyed their evening activities. Now it's time to look at what happens before they go to bed. The night routine.
When it gets close to bedtime, I like to slow things down. I start by putting away anything I use during the evening: books, blankets, my water bottle, things like that. A tidy room helps me feel calmer.
I do something similar. I always take a few minutes to straighten up the living room. I put the cushions back, turn off bright lights, and make the space feel peaceful.
After that, I go to the bathroom to do my night routine. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and sometimes use a bit of skincare. It helps my mind understand that the day is ending.
My night routine is very simple. I brush my teeth again and drink a glass of water. If my eyes feel tired, I splash some cool water on my face. It makes me feel refreshed before bed.
These nighttime actions are very common and great for beginners. Brush teeth, wash face, drink water, and get ready for bed.
Once I'm done in the bathroom, I like to spend a few minutes doing something quiet. Sometimes I listen to soft music. Sometimes I reflect on my day. And on some nights, I write a short note about what I want to accomplish tomorrow.
That sounds peaceful. For me, reading is my favorite nighttime activity. I read a few pages of a book until I start feeling sleepy. It helps me relax completely.
Nighttime is perfect for slow, calm activities. Things like reading, journaling, meditating, or even stretching lightly before bed.
When I feel tired enough, I turn off the lights and go to bed. I usually sleep around 11:30 p.m.
I try to sleep a bit earlier, around 10:30 or 11 h. Getting enough rest makes the next day easier and more productive.
Sleep is so important, and the phrase "go to bed" is one of the simplest but most useful phrases in daily English.
Today, we covered every part of a full day: waking up, working, relaxing, cooking, and sleeping. These verbs and phrases are extremely helpful for describing your own routine.
And don't worry if you're still learning, just try to talk about your day using the vocabulary you heard in this episode.
Small steps lead to big improvement. Keep practicing. You're doing great.
Thank you for joining Emma and Daniel for this complete journey through a full day in English. Goodbye, everyone. See you on the next.